You're watching F5. We are at GovWare 2023 in Singapore. Once again, I get to be joined by somebody who was on with me last year, and that is Onn Chee, who is actually the chapter lead for OWASP. Onn Chee, how are you doing?
Great. Thanks a lot, Boo, for welcoming me, and Chin also.
Chin,
hey, good, very well, thank you.
Awesome. I know how Chin's doing. We just had some kaya toast yesterday, so we're feeling really good. Onn Chee, thanks for joining us again this year. What we wanted to talk about, last year we were talking about OWASP, your OWASP activities, and last year I don't think some of these OWASP top 10s had been updated at that point. So now we've got some updated lists here from OWASP, so thought maybe you could give us a little bit of a run through on some of the changes that you see here.
Okay, thanks, Boo. Now, this year has been a quite eventful year. Not only did we launch new versions of top 10, even the name of OWASP was changed. Unbeknownst to many, OWASP actually changed the W. It's no longer called Web, it's called Worldwide. So it's called Open Worldwide Application Security Project. What was interesting was that when I posted this name change on my Facebook account, I have friends who replied, ha ha ha, what a joke. So, but I said, I'm not joking, it was an official name change. Yeah. Now, beside the name change, we saw new top 10 being updated, like for example, the top 10 API security risks. There's also the top 10 for large language model, or LLM, or some you will call it the generative AI. There's also, perhaps outside this list that you see here, we also have a top 10 for machine learning, right? So I think that's where I think the development in OWASP is getting more and more exciting, keeping ourselves more in line and on point with the developing trends. Hence, perhaps the name change from web to worldwide.
Yeah, that's awesome. Quick shout out to a couple folks I know that are working on those projects there. So for the LLM one top 10, hello to Steve Wilson if you're seeing this, and also my teammate Aubrey King, who is the PR lead for that project. And then on the machine learning one, we've got Shane Singh, who is actually in Melbourne, Australia, and then Sagar Brewer, I believe is his name. He's also one of the leads on the ML one as well. So F5 is doing their part to contribute to everybody learning about the security and the top 10s on these kind of things. Maybe, I think we were going to talk a little bit about the updates on the API security one though, more specifically in a couple of those. Maybe you could take us through that.
Yeah, I mean, there are, the top 10 API security risk was actually updated this year. So there are so-called new kids on the block. There's also some which actually drop off the top 10. I believe one of the new kid on the block is the API 10 unsafe consumption APIs. I think perhaps for that, maybe I'd like to invite Chin to share with us some interesting development that FI has in this aspect.
So Boo, just now when we showed the 5 categories of API security or app security vulnerabilities, it's very difficult for any enterprise or developers to kind of keep track of all these vulnerabilities, right, and write safe code. And that's why F5, we delivered this set of distributed cloud services, and it addresses all the 5 categories, including mobile app protection and then endpoint, browser protection from a client-side defense, right, supply chain attack that can creep in through JavaScript's adoption. And then in the cloud, you can have a set of very important services like DDoS protection, DNS, OWASP top 10 for web, API security, automated threads. So what that means is this: at the end of the day, customer wants to be able to deliver their services, the apps and APIs easily, without having to worry about managing this infrastructure, without having to worry about all the updates and new vulnerabilities that can happen. So we can deliver it through a managed service, and customers just subscribe it as a managed service from us and be protected from all these ill intents from attackers. Yeah.